Hello and welcome also from my side. Welcome to our webinar about digital technology as an enhancement tool in student-centered collaborative learning. As Thomas already mentioned, I'm a senior lecturer at Faculty of Education at University of Primorska. My research field is computer science education, educational technology, and I'm teaching future teachers, future preschool teachers and future primary school teachers. I'm leading the course, tutorials of the course, educational technology, media literacy, and similar. So it's nice to see you all. For the beginning, a short introduction of the content. So first, a general overview, short general overview about student-centered collaborative learning. Then we will move to the digital technologies and tools we can use for that purpose. And at the end, we will take a closer look to the examples and also share the ideas. For the beginning, I will invite you to scan QR code and access to the Padlet. So I would like to invite you that during the webinar, you can create a post with a link and a description of the digital tool you're using to support student-centered collaborative learning and would like to recommend it to other higher education teachers. If someone has already created a post about your chosen tool, please only comment on it, sharing your experiences or ideas. And at the end of our webinar, we will check, we will see our Padlet, which tools for collaborative learning we use, and we would like to recommend also to other colleagues. Collaborative learning is based on the view that knowledge is a social construct. So collaborative activities are most often based on 4 principles. First is that the learner or student is the primary focus on instruction. The interaction and collaboration are central importance. Working in groups is an important mode of learning, and we have the structured approaches to develop solutions to real-world problems that should be incorporated into learning. So also focusing on this part, so solving the real-world problems. Activities for collaborative learning can include case studies, discussions, student-moderated discussions, different debates, collaborative writing, collaborative presentations, games, and also demonstrations. I very often use or include in my tutorials collaborative presentations so that students prepare together presentations or also videos or other learning or teaching materials, so they share also with others. So what are key characteristics we already mentioned? All of us would like to have active learners, active students in our classrooms or in our online environments, that they communicate, that they exchange ideas, which is also the purpose of collaborative learning, that they collaboratively solve problems. and also, in a way, co-create our curriculum. We will explain a little bit later. And also the role of the teacher changed from the traditional perspective to the role which teacher has in the process of collaborative learning. So in the process of collaborative learning, the teacher is facilitator, is a mentor. Teacher encourages autonomy of the students. So teachers should guide and support without leading every step of the learning process. Teacher assists students in finding informations and solutions, not through concrete examples or suggesting the concrete path, but through guiding that students find the path themselves. Teacher also allows students to make decisions and solve challenges, problems independently in the groups, which means that they will learn also from mistakes, from failures, to find the right solution for their problem. What are the benefits of collaborative learning? Through the use or integration of collaborative learning, student can develop higher level thinking. Enables communication, also students learn self-regulation techniques, and they also improve their leadership skills. They also improve analytical skills and critical thinking. This kind of activities increase in student retention, self-esteem, and also responsibility. They enables exposure to an increase in understanding of diverse perspectives. And also, these activities are preparation for real-life social and employment situations. What are the challenges? So, how should we plan this process and also activities? And where can the use of digital technologies support or enable student-centered collaborative learning? So the most important part, it's not the selection of appropriate digital tool. The most important part is process of planning. Process of planning that all the elements are in line. So when we plan the activities, when we choose the learning objectives or learning outcomes, so that we know what will students learn about, and then we have to plan the process how they will do it, define the methods, and then also choose the right tools which supports the achievement of learning objectives. And we cannot forget on the assessment and feedbacks. Feedbacks are very important through the whole process of learning of students. And in the planning phase, we have to think when and how the students will be assessed. Or this will be a formative assessment, or this will be a summative assessment. Here we have written a few examples of assessment which we can use. We can use peer feedback. We can use discussion, so within the groups or between the groups, that students get immediate feedback about understanding, about success, about achieving the objectives. We can use also the portfolio so that students prepare their portfolios. And in this case, if we decide that the student will prepare a portfolio, we have to introduce it and discuss it before we start with a learning process, before they start with learning process. So the purpose have to be clear, the objectives have to be clear. And it's very important in this part that students understand the process and understand how then they can follow which objectives they already achieve and what are the fields they have to improve. This spreadsheet, this table was prepared. This is a part of syllabus of the course student-centered approaches for blended learning. That's why we have also written here the format face-to-face. It was developed in the Boost project. It was Erasmus project. So let's move to the digital tools for student-centered collaborative learning. So in our classrooms, we combine the use of physical learning environment and also online learning environment, for which we use learning management systems. At our university, we use, for that purpose, we use Moodle. And not only for online activities, but during, for example, if we plan blended learning, we use both, we combine both during the teaching and learning process. On this picture, we have ABC Moodle tool wheel, which is useful also for us because we have selected here the Moodle tools which support collaboration, also other important elements of learning process, but we can easily find the appropriate tools for this kind of activities. In Moodle, for collaborative learning, I know, I think most of all use already these activities. We can use forums, chat. Students can create common database. The difference between tasks and databases that in task, if they submit the task, only teacher can see the material, but if they create common database, they can also see other materials from other students. For collaboration, we can use a board. I often combine the board from a Moodle and Padlet tool. A student can make and create a glossary, or they can create or do the project planning using Wiki, so that can collaboratively editing the Wiki page. We can use also the H5P tools, not for, let's say, supporting collaborative learning, but if we organize or organize the activity, students can create also the H5P activities for different purposes, of course. So this H5P This is a plugin tool that helps create and run interactive content and interactive video within your learning management system. It provides a range of content types for various needs. So we can use created interactive materials for independent learning or also for assessment. But again, it's important how we plan all the process, the whole process. Here we have an example how I use the Moodle with my students, future teachers. One of the objectives is also that students is able and know how to edit Moodle online classroom. For this purpose, we have students have editor's role in Moodle online classroom, and all students share one online classroom. We don't create 20 of them for one group, but they only edit one section in this online classroom. But because they are all editors in the classroom, Moodle classroom, they can share the ideas and they can find a solution between themselves. They can observe during the process what their classmates, colleagues, students are working on, how they are proceeding, so they can help also each other during the process. So students start with preparation of the introduction part. The task is to prepare a lesson for primary school students for chosen topic, and they start with this introductory part where they present the purpose of the lesson and also the learning objectives, of course in a way that address the learners. And before the start of the activity, together with students we discuss the performance criteria. So it's easier to follow and to plan all the steps in the process while editing and preparing lesson in Moodle online classroom. During this process, a few times students also do the peer review. So according the given or the discussed criteria, they checked and also they give the feedback to their colleagues from pairs or in small groups. After when they finish or ends the editing of this Moodle classroom, their section, I assess their work and give them feedback from the technical perspective and also from the didactical perspective. So basically they learn how to use different tools, different Moodle tools for presenting the content, for assessment, and also for empower student collaboration. Okay, we have some more. We have some more digital collaboration tools. I only select a few of them. We already mentioned Padlet, like online board, online collaborative tool. But we can use also different ones, Office 365 tools or other similar or tools we can use for collaborative learning or collaborative editing of those documents. We can use different boards like Miro, where students can share ideas and create also the materials. Then we can also use Miro is a Miro online whiteboarding platform that facilitates visual collaboration. We can also use the project management tools like Trello, like Asana. So Trello is project management tool that uses boards, lists, and cards to organize tasks and projects. Similar is Asana, and we know many similar tools. We can also use these tools, let's say not directly for teaching purposes, but for mentoring. For mentoring process during the preparation of, let's say, diploma, thesis, or other on higher levels. So what are key features and advantages of using tools for which supports collaborative learning? We can enable real-time collaboration, so students can work together on projects and assignments in real time. We can foster dynamic discussion and also group work. These tools enables us file sharing and version control, so allows students to share files and maintain version control for group projects. Online discussion forums can provide spaces for academic discourse and peer-to-peer interaction. And all these digital tools enable students to access and contribute to collaborative projects, also from anywhere at any time, if the activity is not planned like in-person activity, face-to-face activity. With the use of these tools, we can increase engagement. So collaborative activities tend to boost student engagement and also motivation. And collaboration can bring together diverse perspectives, enhancing the quality of discussion and also work. So at the beginning, students can have quite many challenges to start collaborating, to let's say, manage with all the relations between each other, and also to start working on the topic. But when we use collaborative or integrated collaborative learning, many times they are used to it, and it goes fluently, and they proceed fluently. So on this slide we have again Padlet, Miro, and Trello tools presented, which support again project collaboration. We use these tools like discussion boards. These platforms can serve as a virtual discussion spaces for students that they share ideas, ask questions, and debate topics. Digital collaboration tools allow students and also researchers that can collaborate also across institutions and borders. Very often I use Padlet tool. which is a simple tool that can be used to support collaborative learning. Also, within this tool, we have several ready-made templates that can be used for group discussion, co-creation of spreadsheets, thought patterns, timelines, maps, and even more. Padlet in collaborative spaces or boards between which participants can co-create materials in a way that they include text, images, documents, animations, web links, video, and audio recordings. So we can also, together with students, prepare different learning materials, not only use it as a, let's say, a board for sharing opinions, ideas, as a brainstorm template, and so on. Okay, maybe now it is time to see if you already put some interesting tools in our Padlet, and here we have a QR code. We have two. We have two posts. So Aurelia said that she uses Jamboard, Padlet, Canva Comics also, yes, Mentimeter, Google It. Google It. This is the tool I do not know. And the participant explained that this tool he or she use in order to create and share mind maps as well as flowcharts. We can involve here a lot of people who can add something as a text or figures in order to solve some problems. So thank you for your suggestions, and I invite also others to scan QR code and suggest or share which online tool for collaborative learning you use in your classrooms with your students. Okay, here I have a print screen of 3 Padlets. First one, at the beginning of the semester, we use Padlet. We use Padlet for that students create their individual presentation, just some general information about themselves, also posting a photo if they want to. So they, especially at the beginning of first semester, because I teach the first grades, it's important to know each other in its interesting activity, and also for that purpose. On the right side, on the top, we have example of the use of the Padlet, which is a continuum of previous activity. So first the students use Padlet for individual introduction, just a short one. Then there we start learning about videos, using videos in didactical purposes, and also the animated video. And they have to prepare a presentation of their group. Students divide into small groups of 3 students, and they have to prepare the presentation, the group presentation. How they will do it? The content itself, they have to do the plan, they have to choose what they will present about themselves, about the group. And after they finish, they have to upload it in or OneDrive or Google Drive or on SharePoint, and they then share these videos in Padlet together with other students. So they can all observe and see what other colleagues created and presented. We can later also add the peer evaluation of this activity, that they comment the technical parts, the content part, providing a suggestion how students can improve their materials. It can be used also in that way, but in this case, we use the Padlet only for sharing the videos together with other students. On the bottom, on the right side, we used Padlet for sharing the learning materials. Students here prepared the materials with online tool Learning Apps. It's a very simple online tool using which they can create simple interactive exercises for primary school kids. And so they prepared the collection of the activities and also post the link to the learning material. And in this case, they also comment and write a comment about the activities they prepared. So here we have a few examples of using Padlet, but Padlet allows us to create different materials, study materials, to use it in different ways. Now I see also the comment here. Dubravka shared that she often uses the discussion forum in Moodle. Dubravka, can you maybe share which subject, which course you are leading, and in which kind of way you use, or for what purpose you use the discussion forum in Moodle?
Thank you, Andrea. So I use it when I want this. I teach business English, so and I use it very often with the purpose for letting students see each other's products. Yeah, either writing usually. So maybe when we have discussion, I can ask them to summarize their discussion and post it in forum. Then sometimes it's just for homework, so reading something, expressing opinion, and then everybody could see it. So that's very important. I have all their homework in one place, and they can also comment on each other's writing. So I found it very useful.
Also, my colleagues do similar things, yes, reporting or peer reviewing their materials in language learning. It's very important.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And now I have a question for all participants. What do you see now? I am sharing. Do you see the Padlet on your screen? Or do you see the...
We see the timeline of the gold rush.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. So here are, I'm presenting the examples also of using the Padlet. We can use the template of a timeline template for creating a learning material which is important. Yeah, I think here is history. Yeah, it's the timeline of the Golden Rush. Here we have the title scene. The next example is using the Padlet for discussion. So we have here an example of climate change discussion. Next example is, again, to prepare learning material with Padlet, also using the timeline template. It's the topic planets of our solar system. We can use also a map. Here we have a template, map template. Here we have a map of the most populous cities in the world. Another example how to use it for getting feedback from the students. Here I think we have a lot of different kinds of opportunities, just general, so what was good, what was bad, and what improvements students suggest. In Padlet we can also create a mind map. Here we have a mind map, but it is in Slovenian language. And also we can use this tool for creating a portfolio. So that students create a portfolio. Here we have certain structure. First column, personal information, then essays, character analysis, and chapter summaries. It is, I think, a given structure because these are not my Padlets. But we can use it. We can decide, debate, or what the structure of Padlet should be. We can give the structure also to students, and then they can use this tool to share it with us. The posts, we can limit what student can post, or make it very open so that can upload or videos or some documents, only share the text, or they can also integrate pools or a lot of different attachments. But we can set this part and only allows what we need if the videos is expected, so we won't allow many other things to upload. But the free version of Padlet only allows us to create or to use 3 different boards, not more. I use Padlet a lot, and it's for sure it's not enough. But I like the feature that I can share, or I can export the Padlet as PDF or as an image, and then share content with students, or just save it for later, maybe for assessment part for later. Yeah. Another tool, we can create interactive videos. For that purpose, we can use many different tools. Here we have Edpuzzle. It's quite simple tool, and we can upgrade a general video to add some different tasks, interactive tasks, and we can use for that purpose Edpuzzle, or other different tools like H5P, for example. Yes. So we can enhance engagement and learning also through the gamification. So our next topic is gamification. the general understanding of gamification. The gamification is the integration of game elements into non-game context, which has the potential to enhance student engagement, motivation, and also learning outcomes. So the gamification involved the use of game-like elements such as points, badges, challenges, and rewards to make educational activities more engaging and also interactive. And what are the advantages of integration gamification into the process? Gamified elements can boost student motivation by providing clear objectives and also instant feedbacks. But of course, it's not necessary. Interactivity. Gamified activities encourage active participation. And also we can plan and organize it in a way that support problem solving. Depends on how they are planned. Student can get immediate feedback. Those tools allow students to track their process. And gamified scenarios and challenges can mirror real world situation, and we should use it in this way that helps students apply knowledge in practical way. Here we have some examples. We can create escape room. We can plan role-playing games, prepare role-playing games, the discussion and debate challenges using digital tools, and also, as we mentioned, problem solving challenges. So what about the data-driven insights, which our digital online tools enables us? All of these tools save the data about students. So we can gain insights in student performance, engagement, and also learning outcomes. We are speaking about learning analytics. Many of already mentioned platforms use data to track what I already mentioned, so student engagement, performance, and also behavior to provide early alerts for intervention. But in too many times, teachers really use all those data to plan further activities. Those tools allows adaptive learning. So we can use those data to adjust content and also difficulty levels which is based on student progress. Course evaluation. So student feedback data is analyzed to enhance course design and teaching methods. And also we have retention programs, so predictive analytics can inform retention initiatives by identifying students at risk, for example, of dropping out. And the last part, which is important for us, is curriculum development. So all this data we can get from our tools and platforms can allow us that we enhance our curricula and make improvements in our teaching process. Yeah, but there are also ethical frameworks behind all the data which are saved somewhere in the cloud. Here we see the ethical frameworks for responsible data use. So the purpose is to ensure responsible data use. That's why several ethical principles are foundational in higher education. These are transparency, so institutions should be transparent about what data is collected, how it is used, and who has access to it. So this transparency fosters trust among students and, let's say, other stakeholders. Then data security, protecting data is crucial. So that's why robust security measure should be in place to protect student and institutional information. Respecting student privacy is also essential. So the data should be anonymized and used in ways that do not compromise individual privacy. Informed consent. Institutions seek informed consent from students before collecting their data, but how is in the case if we use, for example, if you know Nearpod tool, we also collect data from students, but it's not our internal server, and yeah, students agree when they sign up. And when we sign up, we agree with the terms. But in many cases, we are not careful enough to read those terms strictly. Okay, and then also the data ownership, that the clear policies regarding data ownership must be established. And also the equity and fairness, so that the institution should strive for equity and fairness in all data-related practices. Here, two examples. These two examples are not about using just tools for, let's say, knowledge assessment, like quizzes, different interactive exercises, but we will speak about the process. So about the process of creating stop motion video. First, I will explain you or present you the first one. So it's the group of students were master program students of inclusive pedagogy. And the topic or the learning objective was accepting diversity or celebrating. So we used two different tools, digital tools. It was Padlet, which we already know, and we used a stop motion studio app for making an animated video. So the process the task was that students prepare the animated video on this topic. So first, on first tutorials, they were learning about animated video production in general. And we were discussing also a evaluation criteria, which we publish also in our Moodle. On the next session, it was actually 8 hours long session, 2 tutorials joined together, and I have to explain that these are part-time students, okay? So on the second tutorials, they started or they prepared this animated video. Why did I choose the creation of stop motion videos for students, because creating a stop motion video actually requires dividing tasks such as storyboard telling, set design, photography, and editing. So it's quite complex process. And in small groups, it is manageable to successfully complete the task and achieve the learning objectives. So it's very important in groups that they share, that divide roles. So this division of the roles allows team members to contribute their strengths while developing or depending on each other to complete this task, this project. Collaborative work, in this case, also enhances communication and problem-solving skills. Preparing this animated video was actually an open problem which they have to solve. This kind of activity also allows students to creative collaborate. So creating stop motion video actually encourages participants to bring unique creative ideas, such as visual storytelling techniques, set designs, character movement, and so on. But they have to discuss, and then they have also select the best one. This process also improves planning and project management skills. So how to manage the group activities and how to plan this quite complex activity to efficiently do the task or finish the task. So about the process, we explain general tips. Yeah, what were the steps of the activity? First, the group had to formulate an idea. They went through the process of brainstorming. Then follows the creative process. In process of creative learning, there are 4 phases: preparation phase, incubation phase, elimination phase, and verification phase. In the next step, they had to write the synopsis, and they had to prepare the detailed scenario. They had to also submit the scenario in Moodle online virtual classroom. So they prepared story, text, images, audio. They have to plan which devices they will use, which digital tools they will use. And also they had to prepare a storyboard. For the second tutorials, they had to prepare all the materials they will use during the creation of the story of this stop motion video. And in the next phase, they created that. They started taking photos because it's animated video, and so started taking photos in the stop motion studio app, and then export it as a video. Okay, again, we used Padlet. Padlet for sharing those videos in the group. So in the whole class, let's say. And then other groups, other small groups, members of other small groups commented on the stop motion video. In stop motion video, students had to, this is technical parts, they had to be very careful about that they have fixed camera, because otherwise the background is moving. And then they have also provide appropriate light. It's only music in the background. The next example, creating stop motion video for the development of the linguistic, mathematical, and digital competence of future educators. In previous, the content was connected only to the learning objective, which was accepting diversity, but here students had to prepare the learning materials for preschool children in the field of a language. Okay, and I will describe the whole process at first, and then we will see the results. They were preparing those stop motion videos to develop the linguistic, mathematical, and digital competencies of our students at faculty, and later of children also in kindergarten. Students had two tasks. To create stop motion video as media of teaching theme-based vocabulary for preschool children. And in second step, they prepared the stop motion video as media for raising an awareness of different cultures and languages. Our students, faculty level, were creating together with kids in kindergartens when they have practical where they went into the practice into kindergartens for three weeks. First I will explain the process. I will focus only on the first part because it's about our students at faculty level. So similar as previous example, students first had to explore or exploratory learn about how to create stop motion video. So on their own, also in small groups, they have to explore how the app works. They were testing about the backgrounds, about the fixed camera, about the lights, and so on. It was a multidisciplinary activity. So we supported our students at course of educational technology, and also language teacher from language course did also the activities to support students in this process. So the second step was that they learned about teaching foreign language to very young language learners, where the scaffolding is so and very important. And the third step was preparation of a stop motion video for language learning. They did first version of the stop motion video. The next step was peer review, and also teachers. We provide feedback for students. And here I would like to highlight, in this example, I would like to highlight the importance of providing feedback to our students. It's a very simple example, but we get clear message that we as a teacher really, or how important the feedback is for our students. Then after the feedbacks, they did the improvements, and they putting into practice means that they the children in kindergartens, they learn new words through this stop motion video. The next step was preparing stop motion video with students. Okay, here we have a print screen of the app. So first was the technical part, exploratory learning about stop motion video, as I already explained. And here we have two examples of stop motion videos. So why the feedback is important? I have to explain also this. Students got a song, a language song, and according to this song, they have to provide create stop motion video, which was created in the way to support language learning. It doesn't work, so I will explain the process. In this video, which I wanted to present to show you, students weren't concentrated or to the learning the names of the numbers. And they created a video focusing on dancing because it was nice, a song, but they were not focused on the learning languages. And then the next step, when they got a feedback from us, teachers and from peers, they could make an improvement. This is a really great example of stop motion video. After this procedure, after the stop motion videos were created, we gathered the feedback from the students. They could use any apps they wanted to prepare the stop motion video. Mostly they used Stop Motion Studio as we suggested, but they used also different tools, but they also had to use the video editor because we cannot incorporate the sound in free version of this app. This was evaluation of the whole process. It was very important also for our student to think about the process, not just to give us the feedback, but also to think about the whole process. We asked them if they did find challenging to integrate the content, songs which they got, and the preparation of the visual support, and they had to justify why. if did they manage to follow their plan, where did they encounter difficulties, if they had problems with the technical elements and so on. So we also could evaluate our process of supporting the students. So, and also think about the improvements which we can do in further. What did you have to change after the first production? Sorry, because I couldn't show you both the examples, but this phase was very important for students. And they also saw and comment on this or answer on this question. And we saw that they really realized the importance of the feedback. Would you have been able to use stop motion video in another field was the next question. So if they have enough knowledge to use it in also another field, and mostly they felt that they can use it. Also, they shared with us concerns, how they that they think concerns about integrating the creation of stop motion video into kindergartens. They realized that it's quite time-consuming activity, and they were also scared how to integrate it into kindergartens. And they were thinking also about the kindergarten children, how they will accept, if they will collaborate, and so on. How to implement this activity in kindergarten? They were explaining their views and their proposals how to do it. And then the follow-up activity was to create a stop-motion video with children in the kindergartens. So this they were when during the courses of educational technology and language course, they learned about how to create a stop-motion video. And with that knowledge, they went to the practice and create stop-motion video with children. And their role was also to moderate, to guide children in this and support children in this project. Here, I would like only to highlight that in this phase, in this case and phase, the well-structured lesson plan for future teachers is very important. Yeah, so here is the explanation of the further process. And again, also students, they did the evaluation together with kids and gathered the kids' feedbacks. Here we have also a picture how children solved the problem with a non-fixed camera, and also the importance of exploratory learning, because here we have a comment that the kids felt accepted, felt important, because they were involved in creating a video. They were involved in the process. In the similar observation or the similar conclusion we can do for both students at faculty level and also kindergarten students. So another these were two examples from my side. I will say thank you for participating in this webinar. It was a pleasure for me to share my experiences with you. Wish you a lot of success in your work, and also Have a nice rest of the day and also the week. Thank you.